The Bosnian War was a civil war in Bosnia and Herzegovina that lasted from 1992 to 1995. It was fought between the three main ethnic groups in Bosnia and Herzegovina: Bosnian Serbs, Bosnian Croats, and Bosnian Muslims. The war resulted in the deaths of over 100,000 people and the displacement of millions more.
This war was the most brutal of the wars that occurred during the collapse of Yugoslavia. 40% of the 4 million residents became refugees. More than 200,000 people died in the war, and many of them were massacred in the name of ethnic cleansing. The three main ethnic groups that inhabit Bosnia and Herzegovina are Bosniaks, Serbs, and Croats.
Bosniaks are Muslims who speak the Bosnian language, which is the South Slavic language. They are the largest ethnic group in Bosnia and Herzegovina, making up about 50% of the population. Serbs are Orthodox Christians who speak the Serbian language, which is also a South Slavic language. They are the second largest ethnic group in Bosnia and Herzegovina, making up about 30% of the population. Croats are Catholic Christians who speak the Croatian language, which is also a South Slavic language. They are the third largest ethnic group in Bosnia and Herzegovina, making up about 15% of the population. The ethnic groups that inhabited Bosnia consisted of Muslim Bosnians, Orthodox Serbs, and Catholic Croats. Within Bosnia, the Serbian population inhabited Republika Srpska, while Bosniaks of Croatian descent established the Croatian Republic of Herzegovina during the Bosnian War. Bosnian Muslims wanted independence as an Islamic republic, but Bosnian Serbs started a war to keep their territory. Bosniaks of Croatian origin became embroiled in the violent conflict, resulting in internal strife as they sought to expand their territorial influence by seeking support from the Republic of Croatia. The Bosnian Muslims, Bosnian Croats, and Bosnian Serbs are all South Slavic people who speak the same language, Bosnian. However, they are divided by religion. The Bosnian Muslims are Muslims, the Bosnian Croats are Catholics, and the Bosnian Serbs are Orthodox Christians. When Slovenia and Croatia declared their independence from Yugoslavia in 1991, it sparked a wave of nationalism and separatism in other parts of the country, including Bosnia and Herzegovina. On February 29, 1992, Bosniaks and Croats declared Bosnia's independence amid growing conflicts as Bosnians and Croats supported the move, but Serbs opposed it. As the Serbs rebelled, the situation spiraled out of control, and small-scale clashes between the three ethnic groups broke out in each region. Finally, on April 6, 1992, when the United States and the European Union recognized the independence of Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbian militia surrounded the capital Sarajevo, sparking a full-scale war. Serbian militia backed by the Republic of Serbia in the new Yugoslavia rebelled in the name of the Srpska Republic, starting a war between Bosnians, Croats, and Serbs. Initially, Croats and Bosnians fought together against the Serbs, but on June 12th of the same year, the Bosnian-Croatian War began when Croats entered the war to claim land in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The the United States and British NATO members imposed economic sanctions on the new Yugoslav Republic of Serbia for providing weapons and funds to Serbs in Bosnia, but to little effect. Romania, Bulgaria, and Hungary were trafficking with Serbia. In the end, a United Nations peacekeeping force was dispatched predominantly from the United States, but it was a small army that was only in charge of field management. From the Serbs' point of view, the UN peacekeepers didn't matter as long as they didn't attack directly, so they didn't have much of an impact on the war. Serbian militia commander Ratko Mladic was convinced that the war would end in victory if the three cities of Gorazda, Sarajevo, and Bihać were captured.
The fate of the Republic of Bosnia was very precarious. In 1995, when Serbian militias bombed a market in Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia, killing over 70 people and wounding hundreds more, international public opinion completely turned against them. Taking advantage of this prevailing international opinion, NATO launched a full-scale airstrike against Serbs. At the same time, a U.S. envoy met and pressured Serbian-backed Russian President Boris Yeltsin, putting the war on hold. Yeltsin warned Serbia and its president Slobodan Milosevic not to support Serbian militias. Milosevic then convinced the Serbian militia leader to cease further hostilities and to accept talks.
Finally, on December 14, 1995, an agreement was signed in Dayton, Ohio, USA, and the Republic of Bosnia and Herzegovina was recognized as an independent country. However, the agreement was reached in such a way that the two powers, the Serbian Republic and the Croatian Muslim Union, coexisted within one federation, each occupying half of the territory. According to the contents of the agreement, the presidency was assumed by three ethnic groups in turn, meaning that the root cause of the conflict, the ethnic divisions, was not completely eliminated. The war killed 30,000 soldiers and civilians each in Bosnia, and 20,000 soldiers and 4,000 civilians in Serbia. Croatia also lost 5,000 soldiers and 2,000 civilians, and 2.2 million people were displaced.
Serbs, Croats, and Bosnians formed militia to fight each other, all committing horrific war crimes such as torture, mass rape, and genocide. The Western media often portrayed the Serbs as the aggressor in the Bosnian War, while the Croats and Bosnian Muslims were portrayed as the victims. This depiction was due in part to the fact that Russia supported the Serbs, and the Western media was wary of Russia. After the end of the war, in the International Court of Justice's war criminal trials, Serbian war criminals were acquitted of some charges due to a significant amount of exaggeration. On the other hand, Croatian and Bosnian war crimes were widely punished. In the course of this war, the Srebrenica massacre occurred. Srebrenica is a mountain village in the Republic of Srpska in eastern Bosnia and Herzegovina. However, 50,000 Bosnians live in the mountain village, and 10,000 of them were slaughtered overnight in an attack by the Srpska militia led by Ratko Mladic. 20,000 residents had to escape Srebrenica, but 10,000 who could not evacuate in time were surrounded by the Srpska militia, and from that moment on, a large-scale massacre was committed. Executions of all kinds were carried out. The soon-to-be and those already dead were carried away in trucks and buses, and burial sites were set up all over the city. Numerous people of all ages were executed, most of them male, especially teenage boys, and there were reports that even babies were slaughtered. At the time, the UN had declared Srebrenica a UN-protected safe area, and 400 armed Dutch peacekeeping troops were stationed there, but nevertheless, a total of 8,000 people went missing or were killed because the peacekeepers could not stop the massacre. The most terrifying thing about the massacres in Bosnia is that they were not carried out by unknown militias. It is said that people who were friends and neighbors until a few days before showed up wearing military uniforms and attacked and killed and looted. Moreover, not only Bosniaks but also Serbs who refused to kill their neighbors were slaughtered without mercy and buried together in peace. It is said that the survivors of the massacre knew their attackers so well that they could recite all the occupations, names, and even hobbies of those who shot and killed their neighbors.
Nearly 3 decades have passed since the conclusion of the Bosnian War, yet the intricate and sensitive dynamics persist between the primary ethnic factions in Bosnia and Herzegovina: Bosnian Serbs, Bosnian Croats, and Bosnian Muslims.
War crimes were committed by all sides during the Bosnian Civil War. However, the Bosnian Serbs were responsible for the most serious crimes, including the Srebrenica genocide.
The Srebrenica genocide was the systematic killing of over 8,000 Bosnian Muslim men and boys by Bosnian Serb forces in July 1995. The massacre was the worst atrocity committed in Europe since World War II.
The Bosnian Civil War was a dark and tragic chapter in European history. It was a conflict that was caused by a number of factors, including racism, separatism, and nationalism. The war resulted in the deaths of over 100,000 people and the displacement of millions more. It is important to remember this war and its lessons so that we can prevent such a conflict from happening again. Thank you for watching the video, Bosnian Civil War, provided by History and Current Events. Gina, Bella, Cindy, Helena, and Tony have contributed so far as narrators. Thank you.